Whispers of the Hills. The golden sun dipped behind the rolling green hills, casting long, soft shadows over the narrow trail. The air was crisp, carrying the earthy scent of damp soil and wildflowers. Birds flitted between the trees, their songs a gentle melody that blended with the distant murmur of a hidden waterfall. Lena and Ethan walked side by side, their fingers barely brushing, as if the universe itself was teasing them, urging them closer. It was their first trip together, a much-needed escape from the chaos of city life. Lena, a freelance artist, had long dreamed of painting the hills, capturing their untouched beauty on canvas. Ethan, a writer, found inspiration in nature's quiet poetry. "This place is magical," Lena murmured, her green eyes scanning the rolling landscape. "It feels like a dream." Ethan glanced at her, a small smile tugging at his lips. "Maybe it is. Maybe we're just characters in a love story, walking towards some grand moment." Lena laughed, nudging him playfully. "Always the writer, aren't you?" "Always," Ethan admitted, his dark eyes twinkling. They continued walking, their boots crunching over pebbles and leaves. The path wound through the hills, leading them toward the promise of a hidden waterfall that only a few travelers knew about. The deeper they went, the more the world around them transformed. Thick trees arched overhead, their leaves whispering secrets in the wind. Wildflowers in shades of violet and gold bloomed along the trail, adding bursts of color to the green canvas. Lena suddenly stopped and turned in a slow circle, arms outstretched. "I could live here forever," she sighed. Ethan watched her, his heart tightening in a way that felt both terrifying and beautiful. He had been in love before, but never like this. Never with someone who made him want to pause time, to linger in a single moment forever. "Maybe we should," he said, half joking, half wishing. She grinned. "We'd survive on berries and poetry, huh? And your paintings. We'd trade them for food." Lena laughed again, but her gaze softened. I think I'd be happy with that." Ethan swallowed hard, pushing down the sudden rush of emotions. Instead, he reached for her hand, threading his fingers through hers. "Come on, I want to see this waterfall before the sun sets." They walked in comfortable silence, savoring the warmth of each other's presence. The path narrowed as they neared the waterfall, the air growing cooler with each step. The sound of rushing water became clearer, a rhythmic pulse that echoed through the valley. And then they saw it. The waterfall tumbled down the moss-covered rocks in a silver ribbon, mist rising where it crashed into the pool below. The water shimmered under the fading light, reflecting the soft hues of twilight. Ferns and ivy clung to the rocks, their emerald leaves glistening with moisture. It was untouched, pristine, a secret world hidden away from the rest of humanity. Lena let out a breathless laugh. "Ethan, it's perfect." Ethan didn't respond right away. He was watching her, the way her hair caught the light, the way her lips parted in awe. At that moment, the waterfall was beautiful, but Lena was breathtaking. "Yeah," he murmured, "it really is." Lena turned to him, catching the intensity in his gaze. Her heart stuttered. She had known Ethan for years, first as a friend, then something more. But now, standing in this wild paradise, she felt something shift between them. Something deeper, something undeniable. He stepped closer, his fingers brushing a strand of hair from her cheek. "Lena," she swallowed, her pulse hammering in her ears. "Yes?" Ethan hesitated for only a moment before he cupped her face gently, his thumb tracing the curve of her cheek. "I think I've been in love with you for a long time." Lena's breath hitched. The words settled into her heart like they had always belonged there. "Me too," she whispered. And then he kissed her. It was slow, unhurried, like the hills, like the river, like the way love should be. The world melted away until there was nothing but the taste of him, the warmth of his hands, the steady rhythm of their hearts. The waterfall roared behind them, a witness to a love that had been waiting to be spoken. When they finally pulled apart, Lena laughed softly, pressing her forehead against his. "You really are a writer," she teased. Ethan chuckled, his arms tightening around her. "And you, my love, are my favorite story." The hills whispered their blessings. The waterfall sang its approval, and as the last rays of sunlight kissed the horizon, Lena and Ethan stood wrapped in each other, knowing this was only the beginning of their forever.